everybody, and welcome back to the Mother-Daughter Disney podcast. My name is Amanda. I am here with my lovely mother.
And I'm Jeanette.
Yes, and this is our Mother's Day themed podcast, which is so exciting. Obviously, we're here to honor my mom, so happy Mother's Day, Mom. This episode's coming out the day after Mother's Day, technically. But also happy Mother's Day to anyone else out there who's celebrating Mother's Day. I hope everyone had a really lovely Mother's Day yesterday. Every day really should be Mother's Day.
That's
let's
right.
Be real.
That's what I said. Mother's Day comes around only one day a year, but it should be every day.
Yes, and to honor Mother's Day, I thought maybe we could do something super fun and very different on the podcast this week. So I thought we could play some trivia. So I kind of went over this with my mom just before, just to tell her how this is going to work. But also again, just welcome back to the podcast. Obviously, my mom and I are both huge Disney lovers. We love the Disney parks more specifically, but that doesn't mean we don't love the Disney movies or anything else as well. And again, this is just a Disney general podcast. So even though most of our episodes so far have covered the Disney parks, we are going to branch out to other things as well, which will be fun. So this trivia is coming from laughingplace.com. This is a blog online. So laughingplace.com. I will also link this quiz in the description below if you would like to also take this quiz. This person had written this quiz back in 2019. I think in the future when we do trivia, I will have, obviously we don't have a producer, but I will have someone else, either my partner or maybe my brother, go through and maybe pick trivia questions for us, because as of right now, we do not know what the 15 questions are going to be. So the way this will work is that I'm going to scroll through it, and as you kind of scroll, if you also go to the website, you will see the first question, and then there is 4 multiple choice options. So I am going to read the question out to both of us. We're both going to try to think of our answers off the top of our head if we know it, but then if we both agree we have absolutely no idea, then I will scroll a little bit further down and read out those 4 multiple choice options. And we're just going to do it, but whoever gets it right will just get a point. And again, if we realize this is so hard, we have no idea.
I'm already prepared, I'm lucky I remember the main characters, let alone the mother's names.
Yeah, again, because we didn't screen these questions, so that's why it would be helpful if we did have someone else screen the questions for us, so we would know.
Right.
Some of them are easy,
it
some of
also
them are hard.
depends upon how popular the ones they're using are, because some of them you know automatically because they're just one of the main characters. Some of them they're just the mothers are in it,
it's
but
tricky.
you don't. They're not the main character, so you never really think about the mother's name.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if it's going to be like, for instance, like Anna and Elsa's mother. It's like you see her in the movie, but they're just referred to as the king and queen. You don't necessarily know their names.
Right. So it's going to be a little. Some of them could be hard, but
yeah.
we'll
so
see.
I'm excited to see. So I did scroll through and just count the questions before I did this, but I did not look at the questions. So so I only know the first question, and my mom also knows the first question as well. But so I'm super excited. So we'll see.
Yeah. First question, I already don't know the answer.
Right? So again, this is a Mother's Day themed trivia. So again, play along if you would like to. But again, play along also as we just go through this together. I think this will be kind of fun. And hopefully if this completely flops, we'll never do trivia again on the podcast.
Right. Okay.
I'm hoping it'll be fun and that we'll be able to do this again in the future. So, alrighty. So the first question is, what was the name of Walt Disney's mother?
Okay. And I don't know that.
Yeah. So my idea, I think it's Lily, but I don't know.
That sounds possible.
It sounds familiar.
The joke
like
is
Lily
that,
sounds like a familiar
just to bring
name.
up a little bit trivia of our own, we went to the Disney Museum in California.
We did, yes.
It is a really cool museum, I have to say. It's a very detailed, and you think that with all the history and all the stuff that we saw, it would stick in my mind, but that was so long ago that I just...
Nothing ever sticks in my mind.
Yes.
So, all right, well, I'm guessing Lily, and you say you don't have anything.
Good.
All right, let's read the 4 multiple choice options then, because you don't even have a guess. And I don't even know if I'm right or not. So,
okay.
All right, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. All right, so the options are Patty, Flora, Lillian, and Fauna.
Oh, so I guess...
So maybe it's Lillian?
Lillian, I guess.
All right, so
it sticks in your mind, so let's see.
Well, I guess we'll both do Lillian for this one, since I realized I didn't really let you pick a choice. So, all right. Nope, I was wrong. It is Flora. So his name is Flora. So, all right, so question 1, neither of us get a point. So 0 for that one. All right, so the next question is, which of these characters... Oh, I guess you have to read the characters. Which of these characters has a mom that is alive at the end of their film? All right, I'm going to scroll down just to look at the characters. The options are Ariel, Simba, Snow White, and Bambi. All right, don't tell me your answer. Just think about it.
Wait a minute.
Has a mom that... Yeah, which of these characters has a mom that's alive at the end of their film? Ariel, Simba, Snow White, and Bambi. All right, so what is your answer? I have mine in my head.
Simba.
Yeah, I was also saying Simba. All right, we're both right. Simba is correct.
I was gonna say, that's the only one, yes.
All right, so let's just see.
Because we were just talking about Bambi, how the mother dies immediately. That was one of the first movies when I was a kid. I mean, that Bambi's been out for so long that,
I'm just tracking our points in a spreadsheet right now as well. So then question 3. What is the name of the mom in Carousel of Progress?
Oh my God. How many times have we...
I actually do know this, yeah. I mainly only know, the reason why I know this off the top of my head, now when I just read it, is because a few weeks ago, Disneyland did, I forget what the event exactly was.
Oh yeah, it was something
But they
to do
did
with
an
that.
event, and the mother and father from Carousel of Progress were characters you could go do a
God.
meet and greet with, and there were a lot of like Instagram reels of it, because obviously those aren't two typical characters you can just go do a meet and greet with and take a photo
My
with.
mind...
So that's...
It's on the tip of my tongue. I have no... I can't.
Well, just take it, because I think I know the answer, so...
No, can't.
Well, do you want to do multiple choice maybe?
Yeah,
Okay,
do the
let's read
multiple choice.
All
Hopefully
right.
I'll be able to pick it out of there.
All right, the multiple choice options are Martha, Sarah, Darling, and Judy.
Okay, wait a minute, because Sarah is the daughter, I thought. Martha is... No, I'll go with Martha.
You're going with Martha? All right, I'm going with Sarah. So, all right, and yes, Sarah was the answer. So,
Okay, I knew Sarah was in there, but I thought it was a trick question, and I thought Sarah was the daughter.
no, that's okay. Yeah, that was a big tricky one. If that did not happen in Disneyland a few weeks ago, I probably would have not have
Yeah.
thought of that off the top of my head either. But yeah, so I just knew it was Sarah.
And how many
so-
times have I sat through that? We do it every time we go.
Yeah, I know. Right? Well, I guess it's not every single scene he says everyone's name.
No, but he does say her name, and that's why Sarah rang a
does,
bell,
yeah.
but I thought that was a trick question.
Yeah,
there for
I'm
a
actually
minute.
blanking on the daughter's name right now too, because it's not Martha.
No.
But is it not Penelope? Is
No.
it? What's funny, you know what's funny I remember in Carousel of Progress is I think in the second scene where they're doing the 4th of July themed one, the daughter says that she was like, she doesn't want to go to the 4th of July themed party because she's dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. And she's like, I can't go to the party if my new boyfriend Theodore sees me like this. I'll be like a laughing stock.
We have a Theodore now.
I know, my partner's name is Ted, so I always thought that was really funny. It's like, oh my gosh. So-
See, you'll always remember that one.
yeah, but I cannot remember the daughter's name. Maybe I'll just look that up really quick just because I want to know.
Okay,
So.
so I'm 0 for 2 right now.
No, you got Simba right. So
okay.
Patricia, that's the daughter's
That's
name.
it.
I was going to say,
Okay.
I was like, I thought it started with a P. That's why Penelope came
Okay.
to mind. But all right, so Patricia's the daughter, Sarah's the wife. All right, let's go to the next question. Oh, this is interesting. What is the name of Marge Simpson's mother? I guess because the Simpsons.
Disney?
Well, Disney owns Fox,
Oh,
right?
I
or
wouldn't even.
something.
I don't watch them. I
know.
don't watch The Simpsons. I would never know.
I don't watch The Simpsons either, so let's just go straight to the multiple choice because
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, this isn't helping at all. All right, so the multiple choice options are Patty, Jacqueline, Julie, and Selma.
Selma.
You're doing Selma. All right, I'm going to do, I feel like Patty maybe is it? I don't
Okay.
know. Okay, I'm going to sit. No, we were both wrong. It was Jacqueline.
Okay.
So, and that was question 4, right? I'm just going to scroll. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that was question 4. All right, the next question. The mom from Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire
Okay, now
plays
now
a
we're-
grandma
okay.
on what Disney Channel series?
Okay, we should have looked at these questions before time. I thought this was going to be like animated movies and things.
All right,
No,
well, let's
I
look
have
at the
no
multiple
idea. I didn't
choice.
even
All
see
right.
that movie.
I have seen that movie, but just not in a really long time.
Okay, so you could take a guess. I
All
have
right,
not
so
seen
the
it.
mom from Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire plays a grandma on what Disney Channel series? And the options are Coop and Cammy, Just Roll With It, Andy Mack, and Sydney to the Max.
I don't even know what those 4 shows are.
Yeah, I don't know. They must have been shows after I
Okay.
was a kid. All right, well, I'm going to guess. I'll guess the first one, Coop and Cammy. Which one do you want to guess?
Oh, I don't know.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
3.
Number 3. All right, my mom's guessing Andy Mack. We were both wrong. It was Sydney to the Max.
Okay.
And this is why in the future we'll have someone else pick the questions so we know
Questions.
they're things that we would probably know at least, or at least
Right,
have a better.
At least have a chance at answering.
Yeah, this next one I have no idea. So this is from one of the cartoons, like one of the Disney cartoons. In Mother Pluto, Pluto protects what? I don't know that because I haven't seen Mother Pluto. Again, that's one of those Disney cartoons. All right, the options are puppies, chipmunks, ducklings, and chicks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. I feel like the obvious answer would be
You think there's an obvious answer?
well, Pluto. Well, Pluto is a dog, and so I feel like the obvious answer would be puppies. But I guess I feel like it would be either. We're going team 1 on this one. I feel like it's going to be either puppies or ducklings.
I'll go with puppies.
You're saying puppies. Let's try puppies. No, it was not. It was chicks. Oh,
Chicks.
that's sad. All
Okay.
right. Well, we're definitely struggle busing this one for sure. So, and that was question 6. 1, 2. All right. Question 7. Oh, these ones are hard. All right, we're going straight to the multiple choice for this.
Okay.
Again, yeah, we should have screened some of these questions. Mother's Courage is a mini-series about whose mom? Tiger Woods, Barry Bonds, Michael Jordan, or Isaiah Thomas?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, I'm going to say Barry Bonds.
Okay, I'll say Isaiah Thomas.
You got it right. It is
at that.
Isaiah Thomas.
Look
All right.
at that.
So,
I got to guess right.
yep, you got 7 right. All right, so right now we're tied because we both got 2. I got
2.
3. You got
Okay, we're
7.
doing okay. Not completely bombing out.
Oh, this one I should know. You know Lizzie McGuire, but do you know Mrs. McGuire's first name? Lizzie McGuire's
wow.
mother. I should know this because I used to watch Lizzie McGuire all the
I
time.
used to watch it with you, but I don't remember her
Yeah.
first
All right,
name.
let's look at the multiple choice. Oh, okay. It's either Joanne, Jojo, Jolene, or Joanne again, but spelled differently.
Oh, wow. They don't even make it easy.
It's Joanne, and the first one's Joanne, and Joanne, and the last one is Joan. Am I saying those wrong?
That's Joan.
Joan. Okay, that's how you say it. So it's
I
Joanne.
want to go with Joan.
You're saying Joan? I feel like Joan also sounds
Yes,
right.
I'm
I'll
going
go
with Joan.
I'll go with Joanne just to have some
No,
mix
I'm
up.
going with Joan.
No, you were wrong. It was Joanne.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Again, that was a complete guess. I could not remember. I thought maybe it was actually JoJo for a second, but I was like, if it was JoJo, that would have been a nickname. That would not
that
have
would've
been her
Nick.
name.
But we did watch that show all the time.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That was a
though.
fun
So,
show.
Yeah. All right, the next one. Oh, I should know this one, but I don't remember it. What is the name of Thor's mom? This is the Marvel
Oh,
character.
I don't do Marvel, so I don't even.
All right, let's look
watch
at the
Thor.
multiple choice. The multiple choice does not help.
Although maybe because it. Okay.
Well,
go
you
ahead.
have seen one of the Thor movies, I know,
Right.
because we
Read
watched
the-
it together. I can't remember which one.
I can see her face because I did see one of the Thor movies.
All right, the options are Darcy, Air, EIR, Frigga, FRIGGA, or Sif, SIF.
I'll go with Frigga.
All right, I'm going to say Frigga too because that was my initial. Yep, we were both right. Frigga
Okay,
is it. I was going to say, I
okay.
think it's Frigga.
I
That
can
one
even
sounds
see
right,
her
so.
in her outfit in the Thor movie.
Yeah.
We were just talking about Thor this weekend, so yes. Okay.
All right. Jill O'Reilly Anderson is the mom in which film? And the film options are Homa on the Range, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, Inside Out, or Ice Age. That's quite the range. Also, Ice Age is not Disney. Ice Age is DreamWorks.
I want to see Inside Out.
Inside Out. I don't know. I feel like Inside Out would make the most sense because Riley's name is Riley. That's like the main little girl. So, all right, let's say Inside Out. Yeah, we were right. Inside
Okay.
Out. Awesome. All right, we're doing great guessing on some of
Okay,
these.
see, we're doing good so far. We got at least a score.
All right, we only got a few more questions left and then we're out of our pain. So, in the Country Bears, who is Mama urged not to whoop?
Not to what?
Not to whoop is WHUP. Whoop, I guess.
WHUF. Whoop. Okay. Country Bears.
I haven't seen the Country Bears in a long time.
We used to watch
either.
that all the time in the car. Talk about a memory.
Yeah.
We had this little video that used to hang between the seats, and you guys used to sit in the back, and I was listening to that Country Bear movie every place we went.
All right.
I have no idea.
Let's do the multiple choice.
Okay.
So, all right, the multiple choice options are Lil Cletus, Lil Johnny, Lil Bufford, or Lil Bubba. I have a guess.
I want to go with Little Bubba just because I love it.
I think it is Little Bubba, so let's see. No, we were wrong. It was
Let's-
Little Bufford. All right, so we were
Bufford, okay.
close. So, and next question. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Who is the mom of Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Oh, wow, because you only see them with the Uncle Donald.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right, let's do multiple choice. The options are, oh, I think I know this one actually. Daisy, Stella, Bella, or Della.
I'll say Stella.
Yeah, I think it is Stella. No, it wasn't. It was Della with
Della.
a D. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Well, we
So-
knew it wasn't Daisy, so.
Yeah. All right, next question. I don't know this answer, but you're definitely not going to know this one either. What is the name of Peter Quill's mom, who is Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, I have not even seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
I have seen it, so I don't know though off the top of my head. The options are Jennifer, Edith, Meredith, and Jessica. All right, I'm going to guess Meredith.
Okay, I'll guess Jessica only because it's just a guess.
I was right. Meredith was it.
Okay.
I don't know. That was the kind of the idea I had, was that just thinking of the time period of when
I hope whoever's
she-
listening to this knew some of these answers better than we did.
I know, right? These ones are hard for sure. Whoever at laughingplace.com, when you put this together, you definitely reaching
Yes.
into the depths of the different fandoms. So, all right, the next one I do know, but unfortunately you're not going to know. What is the name of Anakin Skywalker's mom?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'll read the options to you, but I already know it, so it's a bit unfair here. But the options are Padme, Shmi, Baru White Sun, or Amidala. And I'll let you take a
Amidala.
guess. You're guessing Amidala. All right, the answer is Shmi. So
Okay.
again, that was a bit unfair because I did know that one.
Yes,
but
that's Star Wars.
I was trying to
We
give you a
don't know
chance to guess.
Yes.
So, all right, the last question of our Mother's Day trivia quiz.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
what is the name of Cinderella's stepmother? All right.
Oh, you probably know this.
I'm trying to think because I do know this. I don't know her first name.
No.
I know the name that she normally goes by. Do you have any guesses
Don't
at
remember.
all? All right,
No.
do you want me to read the multiple choice?
Might as well read the multiple choice.
If I read the multiple choice, I think you'll get it because I think I was right because I just saw in my head what my answer was. So the multiple choice is Drizella, Lady Tremaine, Lady Trafalgar or Anastasia.
Drusilla is the sister, I thought. Maybe Drusilla, is it? Drusilla?
Well, I think I know the answer, so I'm not going to say yes
I'm
or no.
going to say Drusilla.
I'm going to say Drusilla. All right, my guess is Lady Tremaine. And yeah, it was Lady Tremaine. So, all right, so collectively, we got 7 out of 15 correct.
Well, those were hard.
They
I'm
were
sorry.
hard.
What happened to all the normal ones? Like, who was the mother of, I don't know, pick one. I would even went with the Aristocats. I know that one. I mean, the Queen and,
Well, I will say, before I found this quiz online, I was picking questions, but I realized it was unfair for me, obviously, to pick questions, and I would know the answer as I was picking the questions. I did think about doing this live and just thinking of questions off my head, and then we just Google the answers together, but then I wasn't sure if I picked questions, then we couldn't find the answer.
Here's what we're going to do next time. This is what we're going to do next time. If we want to do this trivia, you're going to come up with 5 questions, or I'll come up with 5 questions.
No, next time we're going to have someone else pick the questions,
Oh,
so that
okay.
neither of us know
But we
it.
also
Yeah.
could each come up with our own questions, and if you get it right, and then you could ask me the questions and see if I get it right, and then we'll see how many we get right of
we
each
can
other's
just-
questions.
Well, that's what I thought too. We can just
Yeah.
do trivia for
Right.
each other. That was another idea I did have.
Well, hopefully
But by-
whoever was listening was playing along, and hopefully they got better than we
Yeah,
did.
because by the time I thought of doing this, we didn't really have time to prep too much. That's why this was the easiest thing to do, unless I did just pick questions and just ask you the questions for fun. But this was still fun to do, though. I don't know. Trivia is always kind of fun. It's fun to learn new things. So our final little scores is that I had 8 and my mom had 4. But again, a lot of that was guessing. And that is on
I
both
only knew
our
the first
behalves.
one, Simba.
No, you knew Simba, and you knew. You got,
No,
you got
I
another-
guessed on the rest
No,
of
you
them.
got, yeah, but you still got a few.
Okay.
No, we both knew Inside Out. That we
that's
knew
right.
Riley's
Okay.
mom. We
So
both knew
2.
that one.
I knew 2.
Oh, and we knew Thor's mom. We both guessed Frigga, but we
Okay.
got it right. So yeah, the rest of the ones, we did just kind of guess and get wrong. But I kind of liked that it was from all different fandoms, though. So that's kind of fun. Something different for sure.
Yes.
So, all right, and yeah, that was our little Mother's Day nod. So yeah, next time, maybe for Father's Day, we'll do a Father's Day themed one. And then, that way we'll have someone else pick Father's themed questions and have the answers and stuff ready for us. We'll get, a little production assistant to help us. So it's not just me flopping around trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure out the answers of things. Some of the stuff we should know.
I
But like I
know.
said, it's all little trivia. Like trivia is just that, trivia. It rolls around in your brain until somebody asks you the question and you say, "Oh my God, how did I know that?"
I know, right? Like it comes out of nowhere.
Yes, it just comes out of nowhere, and you say, "Oh my God, how did I know that?"
Yeah,
So,
like me and my partner, we do trivia a lot with friends. And one of the nights that we were doing, because it also depends, especially on trivia nights, like no matter where you are, depending on trivia nights, depends who's also there too and who knows more than you do.
Right.
Because one of the trivia nights we once won was a Canadian themed trivia night, and all the teams there were doing pretty poorly, and we weren't doing that well, but we still won the night because we
Right.
just happened to know a
See?
little bit more Canadian trivia than every other team.
Right.
But yeah, but this was still fun though. So we'll definitely do trivia again. I think this was a success, even though it was kind of hard. But we'll format it differently. They're, our first little trivia thing. But yeah, but this is just a fun Mother's Day themed activity. So. All right, so next up is our Disney news. So there has been a lot of Disney news that came out last week. And so I forget exactly where all this Disney news came out, but yeah, a lot of Disney news came back. I think the biggest Disney news that kind of came back is that the Disney dining plan is coming back. Very exciting. Literally last week, we just talked about Steakhouse 71 for a full hour. And then at the end of that, I know we said that we didn't know when the Disney dining plan was coming back. But yes, the Disney dining plan is coming back. It will be offered to guests who book a vacation package at a Disney resort beginning January 9th or later. And you can start booking this on May 31st. So the end of this month is when you'll be able to actually start adding these onto your current stay, or again, booking your new stay and adding it on. There are only 2 options this time around. I believe before there were 3 options, but only 2 options right now. There is the quick service dining plan and the Disney dining plan. The quick service plan will include 2 quick service meals and 1 snack per person per night of the package booked. And all the guests involved in this will also receive a resort mug that allows for the unlimited drink refills at your resort or anywhere else that you go that you can, refill the resort mugs. The Disney dining plan will include 1 table service, 1 quick service, and 1 snack per person per night of the package booked. You also get the resort mug for that as well. So something good to note as well is that if you decide not to use let's say, you go day 1 and you don't want to use your table service that day, but you want to save it for the next day and you could do 2 table services, maybe like a lunch and a dinner that the next day, you can do that. So they do roll over. So all your credits will roll over to the end of your stay, and they will expire at midnight of the last day, basically when you check out. So midnight when you check out, that's when all your credits will expire. And this is important to note because as of right now, we do not have the charts of like which restaurants are worth how many credits or which snacks are worth how many credits. So that's important to note because again, some restaurants, for instance, I think Cinderella's Royal Table was 2 table credit services back in the day. So for instance, if you want to go to Cinderella's Royal Table, you'd have to save your 2 table service credits to use on that day. So that means one day when you're in the parks, you can't use your table service credit because you're saving it up for the one that's worth 2. Same thing with the snack credits as well. Some of the snacks were worth 2 points. Some of them were only worth 1. I think the majority were worth 1 though, if I remember.
Yeah.
But I think there were a few that like maybe, some of the larger snacks or pricier snacks were worth 2 though. So yeah, so we do not have those as of right now. And we also do not have the pricing either of how much these will cost. But again, these are in packages with your resort stay. So you can't just go to the parks and just buy a Disney dining plan. You have to be staying on resort to get these. So I would assume because of that, the prices will slightly differ depending upon where you're staying, what time of year you're staying, things like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that has not come out yet as of right now of recording. So, perhaps we'll get more information in the future. A few other fine print details. Guests over 21 can choose 1 single serving of a mixed cocktail, beer, or wine. Guests 10 and up can choose a specialty non-alcoholic beverage. Guests who are between the ages of 3 to 9 must order from the children's menu. So I guess that's good to note too. So if you do have a child who perhaps is 9 years old and maybe is a bigger eater and likes to order from the adult menu, they will not be able to. They have to order children's menu. So just to keep that in mind. But still very exciting that the Disney dining plans are coming back. I mean, at this point, I think a lot of people thought they were never coming back. So even as of last week, I was like, yep, they're not coming back ever. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see too, again, what the restaurants, how they all get scored, in present day. Again, Steakhouse 71 used to be the Wave, and the Wave used to be 1 table service credit. Although arguably Steakhouse 71 is a little bit of a nicer restaurant than the Wave was.
It's more, they upped it since they put Steakhouse 71.
Yeah,
so I would think.
Yeah, so I imagine that perhaps it'll be worth 2 table service credits, but yeah, I guess we'll see. So some other Disney news is that the park reservations are very slowly being phased out, which is very exciting. And by that, I mean you will still need park reservations if you do not have a ticket that is date-based. So beginning January 9th, guests with a date-based ticket will not need a park reservation. So that is important to know that if you are an annual pass holder or a cast member, you will instead have what they call good-to-go days, where they will also not need park reservations. So very exciting at the very least. I mean, we knew it was going to take some time for the reservations to be phased out. That's one of the pain points for us, is that we absolutely dislike the reservation system. So at least this is a step in the right direction of them being phased out. As of right now, there has been no news about park hopping. So even though, for instance, annual pass holders or cast members, they will have their good-to-go days, but then will they still be able to park hop at 2 p.m. as of right now?
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
right?
So there's been no word on the park hopping situation, if you'll be able to park hop or not park hop, or, moving the time from 2 p.m. maybe to 12 p.m. or even earlier or something like that. Yeah, so, I mean, still good news overall, better than the park reservation staying indefinitely.
Move in the right direction.
Yeah, so, all right, and then the next little bit of Disney news is that the early theme park hours will, of course, continue to 2024. However, they are also bringing back the extended hours as well, which goes into the evening. So before, as of right now, of recording, they were only having the early hours and not the extended hours for after the park closes. But again, they are bringing those back, and that is for guests staying at a Disney resort, and also DVC members are also eligible for this, which I did not realize that. But yeah, I heard that on another podcast actually. But yeah, so if you're staying at a Disney resort or you're staying at DVC.
Well, I would think so, because the early hours are for both too.
Yeah, so... But that's just good to note. And our last little bit of Disney news here is that Disney has just made this announcement, but there's no actual finite plans into place of what this is going to look like or when this will even be launching. But Disney is currently working on ways for guests to book their Genie Plus and Lightning Lane in advance. So as of right now, you have to book Genie Plus and Lightning Lane on that day. So for guests staying on Disney property, it's 7 a.m. in the morning. And for everyone else, it's just when the park opens. So the park opens at 8 or at 9, then you would do it at 8 or 9. But for guests staying on property, it's always 7 a.m. Again, there's no date of when this is going to start or what it's going to look like. There are some mixed feelings about it when I was scrolling through the Disney community on Instagram. Some people are very excited about this because it's...
Well, I would think the people who don't want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get on that queue and try to get
I think
what
it's
they
more
want.
for people who are planners. So that way you can plan in advance. Because think about it. Back in the Fast Pass days, you were able to plan all your fast passes in advance. So then the day of, you just got to go up and go to the park and
Just do
go
what
do
you
your
had to
fast
do,
passes,
right.
which is really exciting for people who like to plan like that. I think it also eliminates some of the frenzy on the day of. For instance, if you book a Genie Plus at 7 a.m., you can only book one lightning lane for that day. Then once you use the lightning lane, or 2 hours post when you bought the Genie Plus, you can book your second one. That means that entire day you are glued to your phone trying to get your next, lightning lane.
Yeah.
Not very relaxing now, is
No.
it? Perhaps relaxing for the rest of your family, but for the person who's in charge of getting the lightning lanes,
Right.
it's kind of a lot. It's a lot of looking at your phone and trying to plan out what you're going to do next the day of. So I think in that way, it'll be nice again to relax a little bit on your overall
Well,
trip.
that's it. It'll bring back that relaxing feeling of, oh, I'm, enjoying my day, as opposed to, like you said, trying to plan, trying to do. What do I have to do now? What time is it? How much time do we
Yeah.
have? What do we have to do? It is. That doesn't even include all the planning you do, even just to get there to begin with. So that would be a nice change for people who use Genie Plus.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I think that would be great. I know on the other side of things, people are saying that they like the 7 a.m. because it evens the playing field for all guests. So for instance, people who book a lot of last minute trips that couldn't do it within the windows, 60 days in advance, whatever.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you only booked a last minute trip being like spontaneous, like, oh, next weekend, let's just go to Disney. Let's just pick up and go. Well, now I can't get Genie Plus. I can't get fast passes. I can't get anything because it's all
Right.
booked up. So some people were saying that it evens the playing field in that sense, especially for people who live in Florida as well. If they want to buy it, the Florida residents, again, they can, they're able to take part as well and not have to always be planning 60 days in advance. So of course, pros
The
and cons.
only way we're going to make everybody happy is if they go back to just show up at the park and get online.
Yeah. So again, there's always going to be pros and cons.
There's always going to be somebody
Yeah,
who's
there's always going to
happy
be an
and-
argument one way or
Yeah,
another.
Somebody who's not happy.
Yeah, for us and the way we do Disney, it is more beneficial for us
Right,
to
'cause
have this
we
option if we
plan.
choose
Yes.
to. Although there are some interesting questions around it as well, because as of right now, Genie Plus, the prices range every single day depending upon what's going on. So that means perhaps now has Genie Plus been out long enough that Disney knows if you're booking this in advance, we know that's a spring break week. So we know it's going
Oh,
to be
they
busy.
know. Yes, they
So-
immediately know.
Yeah, because as of right now, every day the prices change ever so slightly. Even
Right.
for the Lightning Lane paper attractions, they
Right.
change ever so slightly. So it's booking that in advance. Disney would have to know ahead of time
Right.
what those prices are going to be
Disney's
for that day.
not the only one who does that. I mean, the airlines do it. Everybody
Yeah,
does it.
exactly.
You know
So-
that the minute you go to book an airline or a hotel or someplace, even if it's not Disney, you know exactly if it's college weekends, if it's spring break, if it's the holidays, that immediately all those prices all go up.
Yeah, for sure. But that was a lot of Disney news this week.
Yes.
So a lot
Busy,
going
busy,
on.
busy.
So a lot of big news, very exciting news too. So I'm excited for some of these changes to take place, to find out more about the dining plan. We've actually never done a dining plan. So depending upon how you do Disney, dining plans can be worth it or they could not be worth it, just depending upon how your family eats. And that will be something that
Well,
I
a lot
would-
of people do it too because they like to know what they're spending.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you sort of prepay, so to
Yes.
speak, up
It's very
front,
easy
so-
to overspend when you're not paying attention to, I'm going to have a snack or I'm going to get something to eat or I'm
Yeah.
going to get something to drink, or it does make a difference.
Yeah, I know it's convenient too. I've heard people say too, it's like to tell your kids, like, well, we only get like, 2 snack credits
Here's your
today.
tickets
So
and
it's
this
like
is-
you
yeah.
have to, make your choice wisely of which ones you're going to use
Right.
today.
Right.
So
Yes, I mean, people with planning and trying to budget, it is a big help.
yeah, for sure. But for us, we've never actually used it because again, depending upon your family and how your family eats, it can be worth it, or it could, it could just be, just something else that you don't really have to take advantage of because you don't really need it. So
Right.
definitely something to look into when on May 31st when you're able to start booking these. So super exciting. All right, so next up is our Disney birthdays. So I feel very bad. I forgot Kermit the Frog last week, so I'm very sorry to Kermit. Kermit's birthday was on May 9th. I somehow missed that on the Disney Fandom's website that I was on. So I'm
It's
so
not
sorry.
easy being green.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah, happy birthday, Kermit. I'm sorry I missed your birthday last week, but I hope you had a lovely birthday. So for this week, on May 21st, is Antonio Madrigal's birthday. So happy birthday, Antonio. Very exciting. Do you remember
No,
who
I
that
don't know who that
My
is.
mom was looking at me. She does not know who he is.
Good thing it's not a trivia question.
Well, take a guess. Which movie do you think Antonio Madrigal is from?
Encanto?
Yep, yeah. So he is the youngest brother of, well, I guess he's one of the first cousins of Mirabelle. So he's the one where like his power or his gift, so to speak, is that he can like shapeshift into like whoever people look like. So he's the one that's like shapeshifting
okay.
throughout. Yeah, but that's Antonio. But yeah, happy birthday, Antonio. We love technically he's a Taurus Cancer. Sorry, he is a Taurus Gemini cusp. So very exciting that he's a Taurus Gemini cusp, which actually sort of makes sense because again, his power or his gift is that he can kind of shape shift into different people, and that's what the Gemini is the split personalities. So very interesting. All right, and now we've come to our final segment here, which is our Disney memory. Did you think of a Disney memory?
Well, yeah, the Disney memory. Well, it was funny because we just talked about the Disney memories when we were doing the trivia. It just brought back all the memories of watching the movies.
Yeah, like the Disney original
and that's
movies.
the big memory for me, is that watching the movies, like that Country Bear Jamborees is in my brain because, like I said, back then there was no such thing as, tablets and whatever. So it was a thing that we hung on the headrest.
Yeah, like the OG iPad type thing. Yeah.
Between the seats. So I couldn't see the screen because it was
and
facing
it was like
backwards.
an actual DVD player. So we would actually put the DVD into this little
It wasn't even a DVD, it was a
contraption.
tape. You put the actual tape in and and it played over and over again. But even just any movies, I mean, we watched Peter Pan nonstop. We watched the Aristocats nonstop. I miss it. I miss some of those movies because it was just it was fun. It was nice. It was just a time when we just sit and laughed and enjoyed the fantasy, and it was just really, really nice. And those are nice memories for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a good one. I would say, yeah, because I had different Disney memory, but for this one, like I have very like specific Disney memories of watching, I forget exactly what it's called, Phantom of the Megaplex, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that movie specifically, when we were younger, we all really loved Phantom of the Megaplex. That is the one where it's sort of like Phantom
Those
of
are
the
made
Opera.
for Disney movies.
Yeah, there's like the original Disney Channel movies. So yeah, this is the one where the guy was sort of haunting the movie theater essentially. But I used to love it. But I remember when I was younger, I used to be so scared of it too. Like it used to really freak me out, like how scary it was. Yeah. And then I remember when I got older and I rewatched it, I was like, oh, this is like such a great movie, such a simple, fun little movie. But I remember being very scared when I was little when I first watched the movie, like the idea of that phantom, there and stuff like that.
Well, for me, it's an appropriate memories is that for Mother's Day is that was something we did together. We sat and we watched the movies together. It was something that we sat, we laughed, we spent time. It wasn't running in one different direction, taking this one to sports, taking that one to do something else, doing, going to school, picking up. It was a time when we sat and just spent time together.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like even now we do still watch movies together, which is fun. This is kind of a bit a little off topic, but a few weeks ago my mom watched WALL-E for the first time with me because she had not seen WALL-E. So WALL-E has recently been added to Disney Plus, so we sat down and watched it.
Yeah,
but
so that's why I
don't know why we didn't see that one in theaters, because that one would have came out when I was in like middle school or something like that.
Yeah, because usually we see them when they come out.
So yeah, I guess maybe we were just busy when WALL-E came out. Yeah. I don't remember. Yeah, it came out in 2008, so I would have been in middle school, intermediate school when WALL-E came out. But yeah, we just missed that one. Although for the most part, we saw most of the movies that came out in theaters, just a handful that we kind of missed here and there, and WALL-E was one of them. So WALL-E was good too. That was a memory just from like 2 weeks ago. So, but that brings us to the end of our podcast. Do you have anything else you want to add on?
No, I think I did enough.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the Mother-Daughter Disney podcast. Make sure you follow us on all social media. Our social media is Spaceship Earth Design, and will also be linked in the description below. Make sure you give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you are currently listening to our podcast. Remember, you can listen to the Mother-Daughter Disney podcast on all platforms. I hope every mother out there is having a very lovely and wonderful Mother's Day and a Mother's Day week. Again, every day should really be Mother's Day here. So
yes, happy Mother's Day.
A little homage to all the mothers. And yeah, we'll definitely be better prepared for our next trivia next time we do
I hope so.
This was a bit more of a flop here, but still had fun.
Right. But happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there.
Yeah, and let us know how many questions of this trivia that you did get right. Again, the link for this quiz is in the description below, so definitely make sure that you play along as well and give some love to the laughing place. So yeah, definitely click on that link and play along. So but yeah, thanks so much for listening. All right, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Okay, bye.